There's a place from back in the day we still talk about. Those months we'd be in that creek till the moon came out. Billy's brother used to buy us beer in Copenhagen snuff. Only tried it one time cause I thought that I was tough enough. Back when we were young and didn't think we'd ever change. We ran a little wilder back then cause we didn't fear the pain. Yeah, me and my friends always had a damn good time. Man, I miss those hometown summer nights. Used to listen to that Chris Ledoux Burn CD. Sit on the tailgate, stare at the stars, and talk about our dreams. Built a beer box, bonfire, and danced in the glow. And swore we'd never lose touch, no matter where we go. Back when we were young and didn't think we'd ever change. We ran a little wilder back then, cause we didn't fear the pain. Yeah, me and my friends always had a damn good time. Man, I miss those hometown summer nights. Back when we were young and didn't think we'd ever change. We ran a little wilder back then, cause we didn't fear the pain. Yeah, me and my friends always had a damn good time. Man, I miss those hometown summer nights. Back when we were young and didn't think we'd ever change. We ran a little wilder back then, cause we didn't fear the pain. Yeah, me and my friends always had a damn good time. Man, I miss those hometown summer nights. Damn, I miss those hometown summer nights.
It's not quite a religious experience, but it's damn close.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
Hello. Hello.
The wheel is turning, but the hamster's dead.
Seriously? You guys gotta come up with a better name. Whatever. I'm not even getting paid for this show.
Broadcasting worldwide from his basement.
To the basement! 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 Up to the basement! To the basement! To the basement! To the basement!
We've been cleared for takeoff.
You're listening to Tim Kelly
on Indie Country Radio.
If I met God tonight, I'd slap him high five for not letting Tess Fletcher stay in love with me. It seemed like the end of the world at the time, but what a blessing her goodbyes turned out to be. And while I had his attention, I guess I'd apologize for cursing his name the night my little cousin died. And it's just amazing grace was such a small consolation for him taking her from us before her time. Well, who am I to say what's wrong and what's best? Dressed like yesterday with whiskey on my breath, devil on my back, and a stack of regrets I'd like to get off my chest. If I met God tonight, I'd pay him back at 20. I found on the ground when I didn't have a penny. A gift heaven sent that went straight to a bookie who took me for a ride that cost me plenty. Well, who am I to say what's wrong and what's best? Dressed like yesterday with whiskey on my breath, devil on my back and a stack of regrets I'd like to get off my chest. If I met God tonight, yeah, it would make my mama proud. Oh Lord, she's had her doubts about the way I've lived my life with the jury still out. Who am I to say what's wrong and what's best? Dressed like yesterday with whiskey on my breath, devil on my back and a stack of regrets I'd like to get off my chest. If I met God tonight, I'd slap him high five, knowing the devil had big plans for me.
His name is Philip McCurry. He's a good friend of mine from the state of Georgia, and that is a great tune to kick off the show, If I Met God Tonight. Before that, Joe and Martina, and a great tune called Hometown Summer Nights. And we got that going on right now in the city of Branson, Missouri, the live entertainment capital of the world, where I'm broadcasting from my basement, playing the best in new country. Welcome to Today's Country with yours truly, Tim Kelly, hosting the show. We are KICR, Indie Country Radio, also syndicated on KUHS Denver, KUHSdenver.com. And a big thank you to Henry Archuleta and his staff for letting us put our country music program on their fine radio station, the Powerhouse in Denver, KUHS Denver. Well, we got a powerhouse show for you tonight. A couple of great interviews. Here in about 20 minutes or so, I'm going to be talking to Dusty Lee from Dusty Lee and the Claim Jumpers. And then an hour after that, I'll be talking to Miss Lynn Taylor Donovan, a great artist from Vancouver, British Columbia. You're going to love both of their music and the interviews as well. Listen to the stories behind the songs, folks. That's what it's all about. We love the music and the stories behind it. Let's get back to the music, though, until the interview. Mr. Randall King from the state of Texas is up next. This is called Hey Cowgirl, and you can check out the video to this one on ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.net.
Hey cowgirl, with your hat down low, Ray-Bans on, pretty hair blowing in the wind. Oh, where you been and where are you going? Well, I bet you got your radio on and you've lived every word of that George Strait song that's playing. You know the one, Amarillo by morning. You'll always be the queen in that rodeo crowd, what every cowboy leans dreaming about. They love the way you shine, give anything to hold you tight, but they know they'll never get that chance tonight. Hey cowgirl, cowgirl, is there someone alone still waiting for that call on the phone that ain't coming? 'Cause you're still running. You'll always be the queen in that rodeo crowd, what every cowboy anything to hold you tight, but they know they'll never get that chance tonight. Hey, cowgirl. Hey, cowgirl, I bet you got a long drive. Well, good luck and goodbye.
It's time for today's newest country music, Indie Country Radio, with Tim Kelly.
Picked up my daddy's old guitar when I was 14. Somehow it wound up becoming my best friend. Along the way we sure saw a lot and learned some things. And I would put it all down on paper with my pen, from beginning to end. Everybody's got a story to tell. Everybody's got a song to sing about a small town back road, sunset radio turned up just about as loud as it'll go. That first love and how it felt so right. The first heartbreak that kept you up all night. And every ride that turned out to be wrong. Just another melody about the life and times of me, singing my own song. Sure throw a lot of things right at you, make you laugh or cry or make you smile. And it can move so fast you don't know how it happens, but every step of the way can be worth every mile. It's all worthwhile. Everybody's got a story to tell. Everybody's got a song to sing about a small town back road, sunset radio turned up just about as loud as it'll go. That first love and how it felt so right. The first heartbreak that kept you up all night. And every ride that turned out to be wrong. Just another melody about the life and times of me,
is the latest single from Camber Kane. She is from El Dorado Springs, Missouri, a small town but a big voice in the world of country music. Her latest single, Singing My Own Song, has a video attached to it. You can check that out on ICTV. That is IndieCountryTelevision.net. Over 300 plus videos playing around the clock 24/7. Hey, and speaking of playing around the clock 24/7, the radio station is also doing that. You can go to Zeno, that is Zeno, ZenoFM.com, or you can download the Zeno app from the Google Play Store or from the App Store. There you go. For your iPhone, wherever you get your apps, download Zeno, and you can search KICR Indie Country Radio and listen to this great music 24/7 around the clock as well. But when we are live on Spreaker. That is SPREAKER, Spreaker.com. Search KICR Indie Country Radio, and we hit the airwaves live on Thursday and Friday nights at 7 p.m. Central, just like we are right now. The great group Outshine is up next. I love this one. It is called Moonlight Crush on Today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio, also syndicated on KUHS Denver at KUHSdenver.com.
Well, maybe it's just the summertime heat that's got my heart playing tricks on me with a couple of beers and a good time atmosphere. Or maybe it's the way you tilt your head when you laugh at some silly thing I said, or your angel eyes. Whatever it is tonight, I've got a little moonlight crush on you, girl, a little bit starstruck, having a hard time covering up how I'm feeling right now. Your pretty firefly silhouettes looking just about as good as it gets. You're such a beautiful little wreck, the way you're smiling at me. Yeah, it might be love, or just a little moonlight crush. I'm hoping by the way you took my hand means you wanna drift off from the crowd and the band to somewhere else, all by ourselves, and let our kisses tell us what we got, and you can tell me what you want this night to be. 'Cause at the very least, I've got a little moonlight crush on you, girl, a little bit starstruck, having a hard time covering up how I'm feeling right now. Your pretty firefly silhouettes looking just about as good as it gets. You're such a beautiful little wreck, the way you're smiling at me. Yeah, it might be love, or just a little moonlight crush. That strap hanging off your shoulder, I can't help but get a little bit closer. I'd like to do this over and over and over. I've got a little moonlight crush on you, girl, a little bit starstruck, having a hard time covering up how I'm feeling right now. And your pretty firefly silhouettes looking just about as good as it gets. You're such a beautiful little wreck, the way you're smiling at me. Yeah, it might be love, or just a little moonlight crush. Just a little moonlight crush. Just a little moonlight crush.
some country music?
Hey man, I love country music.
Me too.
More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to Indie Country Radio and KUHSdenver.com.
Now this is my kind of country. New country. New country. New country.
Standing on the edge, you're about to fall. Try to keep your chin up high while you lost it all. When the work you've done ain't realized, it feels like you've been in disguise. Hardest time it's ever been. You tell yourself it's just a dream. Farmer Joe was counting on the rain. He might lose it all, but he ain't got no one to blame. He says, son, have faith, I believe. The little boy gets on his knees and whispers, Rainmaker, please show us your presence and bless us with a little bit of Rainmaker, please. Been gone too long, I think it's time you sing us your song. 4 a.m. he wakes up to the sound of sweet raindrops falling on the ground. Chills are running through his bones as he realizes he's not alone. 7 years ago today, his little boy had passed away. Rainmaker, please show us your presence and bless us with a little bit of Rainmaker, please. Been gone too long, I think it's time you sing us your song. Rainmaker, please show us your presence and bless us with a little bit of Rainmaker, please. Been gone too long, I think it's time you sing us your song.
His name is Daniel Wesley. Daniel Wesley Africa is where you can find him, and Rainmaker, the title of that tune. You can check out the video to it on ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.net. And I'll tell you what, we get music from all over the world. South Africa, that is awesome stuff right there. Well, I'm getting a phony call. I guess we're going to have an interview here in just a moment. Well, let's get another song on the air right quick, though. Miss Alicia Akel is up next. This is her latest single called Get Lost on today's country from KICR, Indie Country Radio, and KUHS Denver at KUHSdenver.com.
It's been a while since we changed things up. Don't it feel like we're stuck in a rut? I'm tired of doing the same old routine. Feels like life's on repeat. You know what I mean? Let's get lost down on a
Canadian artist, and she's going to move to Nashville, Tennessee for about a year. She told me here recently, and see what that town has to offer. You know, it's called Music City, and we're going to be interviewing her coming up too, and we'll give you all the details on that later, but you can check out our live interview schedule on our website. ICTV can be found at indiecountrytelevision.net. Right now, we've got a live interview with Miss Dusty Lee from Dusty Lee and the Claim Jumpers. How are you tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Great to have you on the program, and thanks for joining us. We sure do appreciate it. Been looking forward to this one.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited.
You are welcome. Now, we just barely got to talking before the interview off the air, but I haven't told you that your song, newest single, 99 Halos, is an absolute hit. So congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad that it's resonating with everybody, and people seem to love it as much as I do, so that makes me feel good.
Yep, absolutely. You know, in the time, I think I played a little bit of you and Dave Nudo, which I have, is a good friend of yours, a good friend of mine, too. I think I interviewed him right before I took a year off from radio, and then I come back, and you got this freaking hit song that's going to kill it. So
Yeah, Dave is, there's not enough good words to say about Dave Nudo. He's an amazing songwriter, genius songwriter.
Yeah.
Just a great guy. I mean, he comes and hangs out with our family, him and his wife, and he's all around amazing. Don't tell him all this, though. I need to make sure.
Oh, I think you just did.
Yeah, Dave's a good guy. He makes great music. So.
Absolutely. Well, and you're calling in from the state of Idaho, so I want to talk about that a little bit. You know, your roots growing up there, and and how did country music happen in Idaho? That you're one of the only artists out of maybe 300 plus interviews that I've done that I've talked to from there.
Well, that's a good thing, I suppose. That's easy to remember then.
Yep.
Usually I have to tell people that Idaho is not near Indiana or any of the other Midwest states. Most of the time I always hear I've never been to the Midwest. I'm like, me either, actually. Yeah, Idaho is over on the West Coast. And, I grew up, my dad, my mom, most of our family, we kind of had an eclectic side of music. My dad loved, older country, and so did my mom, but we also, I grew up on Journey and John Cougar and Bob Seger and, the classics.
Yeah.
My mom was a huge George Jones, the Judds, Tina Turner, Janis Joplin. I mean, my love of music is very broad, I will say, but it doesn't matter what I'm trying to sing, chances are it's going to sound country. So
yeah,
that's probably my first passion for sure.
Well, you've got the voice for that, and some of the notes that you hold in 99 Halos is like showcasing your talent, and I want to ask you about that. Did that happen in one cut, or did they say, hey, hold that note a little bit longer and let's try this?
That note is thanks to Dave Nudo. When we were writing that song and we put some music to it, it just felt like it needed something in that last chorus. And so, I was like, can you play the chord, one step higher just to see and if I can actually hit those notes? And thank God nobody was around. I'm sure my neighbors were like, okay, somebody is dying. And then when we got to that note, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to muster that. But when we went into the studio and I practiced quite a bit, I have to say I actually did it in one take. And when I got done, it was silent, and I thought, oh, that's going to be bad. And everyone was like, that was amazing, and I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I was shocked. I was shocked, because that is definitely not a one-note taker. So.
Well, that's all right. I mean, it all comes together, and that's what amazes me about this kind of music. The stories that you tell, and, putting those lyrics and words to music, putting that to it and wrapping it up in 3 or 4 minutes, and it comes out like that. It's an awesome song, and I kind of got an ear for this. I've been doing this a long time, and we only pick the best ones to put on the radio. We actually call this New Country's Best. That's our tagline. And that's our Twitter account. That's where you can find us at New Country's Best. And if I didn't think that was one of the best songs that, we can put on the radio, we wouldn't be spinning it. But I absolutely love it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's amazing to see how an idea formulates into some lyrics and then some chords, and then, my dad always told me when I was younger, you can't, if you don't believe it with 100% certainty, nobody in your audience is going to believe it either. He said you've got to dig deep and make people feel either what your happiness or your sadness or your sorrow. You have to work hard to make people feel that. Otherwise, it's not genuine. It's not believable. And 99 Halos is actually about my dad. He passed away about 3 years ago, and Dave and I got together, and Dave unfortunately didn't get to meet my dad, but we had got together one night, and I was like, I'm not a good songwriter. I'm very green when it comes to that, and I know what I want to say. I just don't know really how to put it into lyrics. And Dave was like, well, tell me kind of about your history and your dad, and we stayed up all night with these, all these silly stories about my dad, and threw out some ideas, and then he came up with these lyrics that were just like, wow. And so, we tweaked it a little bit, and then found those chords that hit you, those chords that they raise the hair on the back of your neck type of chords, and it just was perfect. In my humble opinion, it was perfection, and I knew that I could see myself singing it. And as many times as I sang that song live, I'll tell you, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we were doing a show up in Ketchum, Idaho, and it was probably one of the first recent live shows that I actually broke down on stage. Everybody was so mesmerized in the audience, and there was people crying, and of course, I was watching them, and then, of course, it got to me, and I was looking at Dave, and I was like, oh, my God, I can't get my crap together. I was like, I'm never going to hit that note.
That was me before this show, actually, so I know the feeling.
Good. I'm glad that was, I apologize to everybody. I'm so sorry that was a little bit of a train wreck, but everybody came up to me and, hugged me, and they, a bunch of them were like, that song is, it's awesome when it relates to somebody.
Yeah.
Their family member, their loved one, and that's honestly, in a nutshell, that's 100% what we aimed for. So
you just reminded me of something, and you probably know what I'm going to say, or you've probably seen it if you're a fan of country music a million times like I have. But several years ago, Kelly Pickler did a live performance at the CMAs to a song that she wrote about her mom called "I Wonder."
I Wonder,
and she absolutely broke down, singing that live there at the CMAs, and couldn't even finish the final couple of words. But it was such a great, moving performance. And I know what you're talking about there. That it's just something that that video clip, I watch it all the time because I love that song.
Oh yeah.
And it's real. You get the emotions in the song, and
it makes it believable. People can relate and they can identify with it, and that is 100% what people.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the song of country music. That's the story. That's what draws people in. It's the story. So.
Absolutely. We play a lot of artists that were on Blake's team of NBC's The Voice. They didn't get the record deal that they were looking for, maybe. They didn't win, but they got a lot of great original music. But I think the hardest part of talent competitions like that is they have to get in front of those judges and turn heads to somebody else's song and put emotion into it, because they can't use their own.
Right.
To do those auditions, they have to pick somebody else's music. And I think that's probably one of the hardest things, is to put that emotion and your voice to somebody else's music. Do you find that hard in doing cover songs in a show?
Absolutely. I think, the hundreds of talent shows that I've done since I was a kid, of all of them, I've won one. And for that very reason, I feel like it's so hard to... There's very few songs I feel like, cover song wise, that you really have a short amount of time to wow somebody that has either already heard it, already has a favorite, or can pick it apart because you didn't do it like this, or you could have done this part better. So cover songs are hard, but they're also, I do a ton of them in my band. I love Stevie Nicks, so I'd be a Stevie Nicks tribute band if I could get away with it. But yeah, like you said, when you're turning the heads of a judge, trying to get them to see you as an artist, it's so hard to take this new person you know nothing about, singing a Kelly Clarkson song and making it sound like your own.
Yeah.
It's hard to remove that biases from it. So yeah, I relate to that a lot.
Yeah, and that's what I love about the indie music, because I get sent so much of it, and I'll honestly just tell you that 8 out of 10 do not make the cut to get on the radio station. But when I hear a song like 99 Halos, that's when my ears perk up, because I'm like, whoa, okay, where did this come from? You know, and then to get to know you, and you want to book an interview and to get to talk about it. I mean, that's just the icing on the cake for me, is doing these interviews. I love it. So.
Yeah, I think it gives a good, I usually try to tell people when we're on stage, you know, because, of course, you know, you're going from high songs to low songs, and, you know, then you get this tearjerker, and you're like, okay, sorry to be a Debbie Downer, we're all having a great time, and now I'm going to, you know, rip your heart out and stomp on it.
Yeah.
But I try to tell people, you know, the reasoning behind this song, and why we wrote this song, and why it, you know, means so much to me, and, you know, a little bit of history about my dad, because I want people to put themselves in that frame of mind, in that state of mind, so that they at least get to experience it from my eyes. And we've gotten a great, you know, a great reception to that. So I feel like that at least helps go into the, you know, the soppy, sad song that everybody is, you know, going to look at you like, geez, lady, way to kill the mood.
Yeah. Now, I want to talk about something, too, that is very important, and we want to thank you for your service, but you were a member of the military service. What branch did you serve in?
Actually, I was not. My husband was active duty Coast Guard for 16 years.
Okay, I just saw it said military life in your bio. I thought maybe you were.
Yes. I did work for the Coast Guard. I was a contractor off and on for about 7 years when we were stationed in Elizabeth City, North Carolina in 2005 until 2008, and I worked as a contractor then. And then we got shipped to Alaska, and then we got shipped back to Elizabeth City, North Carolina in 2010 until 2014, where I was a contractor again. So I wasn't active duty, but I was married to an active duty guy. So
okay, well that moves you around a lot, and you get to see a lot of the country, a lot of the world. That is awesome, but that's good for songwriting, isn't it? You know, those experiences. Yeah. So.
Yep, it took us to a lot of different places, a lot of different cultures, and we met so many great people and saw, you know, a lot of great country, a lot of not so great country. But yeah, it was, I loved it. It was probably 16 best years of my life so far.
That's awesome. Now, it says that you've performed just about anything, any kind of gig that you can get your hands on: weddings, sporting events, talent shows, like we talked about, all those kind of things. Yep. Is there one of your most memorable performances out there that really stands out to you, a live show that you've done, that or a venue that you just absolutely love performing at?
Oh, man. You know,
I asked some good ones, don't I?
Yeah, you do. I'm like, You know, it seems like at every show, and people always make fun of me for this. I'm like, oh, this next song is one of my favorites. And my friend pointed out, you know, you do about 60 songs a night, and they're all your favorites. I'm like, I know. Like, I can't help it. But it's same with venues, you know. You know, the old saying is you pay your dues, and you know, we've played a lot of places where it was like, whoa, I didn't know if we were gonna make it out alive, and then we've played a lot of places that are, you know, amazing to us.
I got to go back and get that barbecue or try that burger at that place again. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, being around here, when we lived in North Carolina, we played a couple of the Toby Keith venues up in Woodbridge and in Norfolk, and that was a lot of fun. The staff there was awesome to us. And then, you know, here there really isn't a bad venue. We loved the Knitting Factory is a big, huge venue here that we played a few times, and their crew. For me, it's not so much maybe like a stage or a venue per se, but more so the staff. Like, there's so much that goes on behind the scenes, the sound guy and the lighting and the stage crew and there's just all these people, and people take that for granted when you're lugging your own stuff in as a band, you become very appreciative of those people. And so far, we've gotten so lucky that most of the places we play, the staff is amazing. You know, we play one place called Indian Creek Steakhouse in Caldwell, not too far from our house, and everybody there is wonderful. They have the best steaks in the world, and you know, everybody's good to us. You know, we have some little dive bars that are my favorite. One of our Double Diamonds, they're about an hour away, and Robin, she owns it. She just treats us like gold. So that for me is more of the experience. I love. I don't really base it based on the venue, but more so the people and the friends that we make, and you know, the fans that we have, and they're always dedicated. They come out to see us, whether it's hot or you know it's raining or the weather's gross or whatever. They're just they're loyal, and for me, that's everything.
Yep.
So
That's awesome. Now, I want to ask you, too, we're getting ready to play a song by you and Dave Nudo called Like You Were Forbidden. How did you guys hook up?
So we actually, I met Dave when we did a show actually at the Knitting Factory. He was one of the guys on the bill, and it's funny because some people you just click with, and you know, he shows up and he's in his regular guy clothes, and he's got this really long curly hair pulled back, you know, and then he steps out of the dressing room and he's got this rock star persona, these, you know, aviator glasses and this big, you know, rock star Jesus hair, and just the nicest guy. I mean, so down to earth and genuine and hilarious. And then he opens his mouth on stage, and I'm just like, wow. I mean, literally, like, his vocals were amazing and powerful. And then we got to know his wife, Tara, and you just realize they're just great people. And so right after that show, we just kind of hit it off. Ooh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Allergy season.
That's all right.
But yeah, we just hit it off and started hanging out, and then they were playing some of the venues, and my husband Wade, he you know, he does all of our booking, and so he reaches out to everybody, and Dave and I, our vocals mesh so well together that, you know, I was telling Wade, let's always make sure that we have Dave at our shows too, because it's just so much fun to do duets and stuff together with him, and, you know, and all of his band guys are wonderful. We love them all. We're all, you know, good friends, so it just makes everything much more fun. So now they're basically family, and, you know, we hang out all the time, so it's a good deal.
That's awesome. Speaking of band, let's give a shout out to some of your folks. I'm looking at the band members on your website. One of them's your husband. He plays a good acoustic guitar. And,
and the harmonica. Yeah, and then I got Mark Peel. He is my rhythm electric guitar, the Silver Fox. And then my drummer is Rick Andreessen. He is my original drummer from the very, very start of the band days. He followed us from North Carolina over to Idaho, short pit stop in Ohio. And then I have Roger Kennedy, and he is the best picker this side of the Mississippi. I swear it on everything holy. We call him the Soft. He is amazing and wonderful, and we love him. And then Joel Robley is my bass player. And he is actually one of our close to original. We had one guy for a short period of time, and then Joel joined us when we were in North Carolina, and he's actually from Raleigh, and he lived in Virginia, and then he followed us over to Idaho about a year after we got here, and he's played bass, and yeah, it's great. We're all good friends, and so, yeah, I love my band guys. They're the best.
Awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, let's play this song Like You Were Forbidden by you and Dave Nudo, and then I want to come back and talk a little bit more and ask you a couple of questions really going to make you think. I'm not going to tell you before we take this little break playing the music, and then we'll come back and play your big time latest single called 99 Halos. We are live with Dusty Lee from Dusty Lee and the
Whiskey at the altar, driving 90 miles an hour through town. An apple from the tree of knowledge, to never be touched and never pulled down. A campfire in the middle of August, it may burn us up, but I'd strike that match. You may be off limits, but baby, just give me the chance, and I'm gonna love you like you were forbidden, like knowing you meant I could lose it all. I'll pray all my sins forgiven, like you couldn't catch me after I fall, like we both know there's no tomorrow.
each other in a world full of sinners and saviors.
We don't always do what we should. Sometimes doing the wrong thing. Baby, it feels too damn good. And I'm gonna love you like you were forbidden. Like knowing you meant I could lose it all. I'll pray all my sins forgiven. Like you couldn't catch me after I fall. Like we both know there's no tomorrow. And this moment we're in is our last. And I'm gonna love you like you were forbidden. Oh baby, just give me your hand. Tell me no.
Say you have to go home.
We both know wrong from a right. And if you don't,
I'll ask you to stay.
and baby, you'll be mine tonight. And I'm gonna love you like you were forbidden. Like knowing you meant I could lose it all. I pray all my sins forgiven. Like you couldn't catch me after I fall. Like we both know there's no tomorrow. And this moment we're in is our last. And I'm gonna love you like you were forbidden. Oh baby, just give me your hand. Baby, just give me your hand.
With Dusty Lee and the Claim Jumpers, Like You Were Forbidden. Love that one, absolutely. And you're going to love the next one I'm going to play here in just a little bit. But first, we want to talk a little bit more with Dusty Lee, live from Idaho. And I probably am seeing it on your website, but one question I want to ask you is what your dream gig is. And it might be playing at the Grand Ole Opry stage.
It is. Yeah, definitely. I think I have a good probably top 3 or 4. I'd love to play the Ryman and, of course, the opera stage, just the legendary history of it all. You know, there's so many greats before you that you just, you know, it's legendary.
Yeah.
The Bluebird Cafe, I love the Bluebird. Red Rock, I'd love to play a show. I'd love to see a show at the Red Rock, but I'd love to play a show at the Red Rock. So that's probably my top 3 or 4, I'd say.
Right. Nice. Now, the big question, if there was an artist, either living or past, that you could either perform with live on stage or open for, what would be a couple of names?
Oh, Don Williams. He is the gentle giant. I love him. Casey Osland. I love Casey Osland. He's one of my favorites.
Okay.
Stevie Nicks, of course. I love Stevie. There's so many. Gosh, yeah, it's hard to whittle it down because I am a huge Dolly Parton fan, and everybody that knows me knows that I love Dolly. So it's hard. I grew up with so many of them that I'm like, oh, I'd love to sing a song with them, or oh, I'd love to open a show for them. But yeah, those are probably my top for sure.
Okay, absolutely. Now, Dolly Parton, she's done a lot of stuff in the world of country music, and I'll tell you, one of our favorite movies is a story about her life called The Coat of Many Colors. Jennifer Nettles is a pretty darn good actress too, isn't she, in that movie? If you've seen it.
I agree. I was a little skeptic at first, but I I was pretty blown away. That was I thought she did amazing. I thought she did a really good job with that movie, and yeah, it's one of my favorites. I really liked it.
Yep. If there was a story to be done about your life and your career, would you want Dolly to play you?
Oh, of course.
Of course.
Absolutely. I can't think of anybody else.
Okay, that was probably a loaded question there. Absolutely.
At least I know that everybody would watch it. That's the main point.
Yep. Man, I tell you what, I've loved this interview because you got the high energy like me, and I just love talking to you. You've been fantastic. We wish you the best on your career. Now, before we go, in order to sell some music and have some people come to your shows, where can folks find you on social media?
You can find us on DustyLee.com, Dusty Lee and the Claim Jumpers on Facebook, Instagram. I think that's our main ones that I try to keep up with.
Okay.
So usually if you type in Dusty Lee, you're going to find two of us. One of them is a white male rapper. That is not me. And the other one is me. And I'll let y'all decide which one's the better looking of the two.
Okay.
That's how you find us.
I'll tell you, honestly, the only rappers I'm interested in are candy rappers, and the candy's already been eaten by yours truly, so that's probably about
Exactly. That's me too.
Now, let me ask you one more question now.
Sure.
In the world of country music, who would you say that, other than Dolly, but maybe vocally, that you kind of patterned yourself after? Or I don't know that you really try to sound like anybody, because when we're looking at indie artists, we're looking for you to just sound like you. But
right.
And that's what I'm having a hard time with when I listen to your music, is who do you really sound like? But who are some artists that somebody has said, okay, she kind of sounds like this person, maybe Martina or somebody like that, McBride?
Oh, I wish. No, Martina, she's in a league of her own. We put her on a shelf. I've heard a few people have told me that I resemble Trisha Yearwood.
Mm-hmm.
I take that one with great, humbled appreciation. But yeah, that's probably. It kind of depends on what I'm singing. Because when we're at a show and I do a Stevie Nicks song, they're like, "Oh my gosh, you sound like Stevie." I'm like, "Oh, bless your heart."
Yeah.
Like, I wish. But yeah, it kind of depends on what I'm singing. I tend to kind of fall in line with whoever I'm singing as far as finding that passion, that sweet spot. But Trish Yearwood is one that I do get quite a bit.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, the reason I asked that is because a lot of times, and I didn't do it for you because you had a website, but sometimes the artists just have like a Reverb Nation page or something like that. And on that page, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but they'll put like sounds like this person or this person or this person.
Yeah.
To try to get people to click on that song and see what they sound like, and
yeah, I think Miranda Lambert is on there too.
Yeah.
I think last time I checked it, there was a few that they said I sounded like, and she was another one.
So, really, I like the Dusty Lee sound. I think you sound unique. This song, 99 Halos, is unlike anything that we have in our lineup. And I'll tell you, this isn't no top 40 station. I probably have maybe 1,500 songs to choose from. And
wow.
for you to be right up there in that mix is, pretty well done. I think this song is going to do well for you. We're going to keep playing it no matter what. And when you get something new that you want to promote, be sure to hit us up again and tell Wade we said hello and thank you for setting this up. I've had a blast talking to you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, and I will, definitely.
You are welcome. You guys are going to get to hear one of the best, newest songs that we've got in our lineup tonight. It is Dusty Lee, 99 Halos, right here on KICR Indie Country Radio, KUHSDenver.com. Thank you, and you have a great weekend.
We said goodbye 3 years ago today. There ain't been one single night without you for me. And 99 halos couldn't take you away. couldn't take you away. Would have been easier had I never known you than to love you and have to let you go. Oh, but all of the time we shared is mine. I'm keeping inside. You with me tonight were the best parts of me, and I would not give 1 second away. 99 halos couldn't take you away, and 200 angel wings ain't got what it takes to carry the memories, and they'll stay with me. And 99 halos couldn't take you away. 99 halos couldn't take you away. 200 angel wings ain't got what it takes to carry the memories. They'll stay with me. And 99 halos couldn't take you away. 99 halos couldn't take you away.
This hour of Today's Country with Tim Kelly is sponsored by OutHouseTickets.com, helping save the small venues. Small event venues have been entirely shut down due to COVID-19. Countless people have lost 100% of their income overnight. It's not only the performers and producers that are affected, thousands of jobs rely on the small venues to survive. Why not donate a few dollars today to help save the small venues and keep live music alive? Visit OutHouseTickets.com to donate today and save the small venues.
Another hour of the best in New Country starts now. On Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
I like a sandy beach on a sunny day, a real good book when it rains. I like to dip my fries in a chocolate shake. That's what I call a beautiful
name is Macy Martin. She is from the great state of Texas. That is a great tune called Me With You. Hey, it's me, Tim Kelly, with you. Welcome to the second hour of Today's Country with yours truly, Tim Kelly, on KICR Indie Country Radio, also syndicated on KUHS Denver at KUHSdenver.com. We just had a great radio interview with Miss Dusty Lee from Dusty Lee and the Claim Jumpers. You can find her at dustylee.com and find out what all she's got going on and the live shows that I'm sure she'll have coming up right after all of this nasty virus stuff is over with. And we had a great time, though, hanging out on the radio and playing her music. And you got to check out and go buy her song 99 Halos. It is definitely worth every penny. I love that. And there's a corn shortage right now, so she needs the pennies as well, I'm sure. Mr. Tony Justice is up next. He'll take your pennies and your dollars. You can buy his CDs in all the local truck stops, the Flying J, Love's Country Stores, and the Pilot truck stops as well. He is an over-the-road trucker, and when he's not doing that, he's making great country music, and I believe he is working on a brand new album that will be coming out soon. This one is called This Side of the Radio from Tony Justice on Today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio and KUHSdenver.com.
Hey, Mr. DJ, know you gotta play that song. It won't be the last time you put it on. I know it's a big old hit, probably way up on the charts, but I'd like to make just one request. Have mercy on my heart. On this side of the radio, it don't sound near as good here on my stereo. You didn't see me breaking down with every word reminding me of her, reliving every step she took to go. What it's like, man, you don't know. On the side of the radio, everything was perfect. I'd had a damn good day till I tuned you in, man. You took that away. Every single word that I just heard is exactly how I feel. I went from drumming on my dashboard to crying on my steering wheel. This side of the radio, it don't sound near as good here on my stereo. You didn't see me breaking down with every word reminding me of her, reliving every step she took to go. What it's like, man, you don't know. On the side of the radio, rolling down this long road, I can barely see the white lines from the tears in my eyes. On the side of the radio, it don't sound near as good here on my stereo. You didn't see me breaking down with every word reminding me of her, reliving every step she took to go. What it's like, man, you don't know. On the side of the radio, what it's like, I hope you never know. On the side of the radio, of the radio.
Today's Country.
You can have it right now if you want it. It's got your name on it.
Today's Country. I can't give my love on a maybe. No.
We got the hits. All the hits. Today's Country.
Broadcasting worldwide from his basement.
We've been cleared for takeoff.
You're listening to Tim Kelly
On Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
I can't wait to show you where I grew up. Walk you around the foot
Probably feel like you've been there before. After hearing all the stories I've been telling you for 6 months now. We'll probably have to sleep in separate bedrooms. Pack a shirt for church because we'll go. I'm not trying to scare you off, but I just thought that we should talk a few things out before we hit the road. If I bring you home to mama, I guess I better warn ya. She falls in love a little faster than I do. And my dad will check your tires, pour your whiskey over ice, and take you fishing but pretend that he don't like you. Oh, if we break up, I'll be fine, but you'll be breaking more hearts than mine. My sister's gonna ask a million questions, say anything she can to turn you red. And when you meet my high school friends, they'll buy you drinks and fill you in on all the crazy nights I can't outlive. So if I bring you home to mama, I guess I better warn ya. She falls in love a little faster than I do. And my dad will check your tires, pour your whiskey over ice, and buy you dinner but pretend that he don't like you. Oh, if we break up, I'll be fine, but you'll be breaking more hearts than mine. If I bring you home to mama, I guess I better warn ya. She feels every heartache I go through. And if my dad sees me crying, he'll pour some whiskey over ice and tell a lie and say he never really likes you. Oh, if we break up, I'll be fine, but you'll be breaking more hearts than mine. You'll be breaking more hearts than mine.
You can check out the video to More Hearts Than Mine by Ingrid Andress on ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.net. That is another one of the great songs, unlike anything I've heard in the world of country radio, and that's why we love spinning it. It is an absolute hit, and I got to get an interview with that young lady. How about the women of country music? Aren't they fantastic? Well, in about 15 minutes or so, I'm going to be interviewing another woman of country music. She is Lynn Taylor Donovan. You're going to love her songs as well, and we'll be talking to her coming up shortly. But first, from season number 4 of NBC's The Voice, she went almost all the way to the semifinals, got beat out by the Swan Brothers. Her name is Holly Tucker. She was on Team Blake. This is another hit song. I believe it is called Dallas on Your Boots on today's country from KICR, Indie Country Radio, KUHSdenver.com.
Well, I met you just across the county line, where forever fields go out to meet the sky, with a sad song spinning in the background, like the one that's playing here right now. And win or lose, I was gonna make you mine, but nothing's changed. There's no escape from knowing you still got a little Dallas on your boots, still got a little heavy on your heart, still holding on to things that you don't want to lose, baby. You still got a little lonely in your eyes, like you never really ever said goodbye. I wanna be the one to love you, but you still got a little Dallas on your boots. Sometimes I can see million miles away. And everything you're thinking is written on your face. You're still holding on to what you left behind. Until you let it go, you're always gonna find that you can't love me like you want to. And I don't want just part of you, but you still got a little Dallas on your boots, still got a little heavy on your heart, still holding on to things that you don't want to lose, baby. You still got a little lonely in your eyes, like you never really ever said goodbye. I wanna be the one to love you, but you still got a little Dallas on your boots. We've been on and off together about a year. Never past the fact that someone else is always here. 'Cause you still got a little Dallas on your boots, still got a little heavy on your heart, still holding on to things that you don't want to lose, baby. You still got a little lonely in your eyes, like you never really ever said goodbye. Yeah, I wanna be the one to love you, but you still got a little Dallas on your boots. Little Dallas on your boots.
Here's what happens when you buy a cheap jingle. Indie Country Radio. Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
You're listening to the 2016 Nashville Universe Awards Radio Network of the Year, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
Grab an old winter coat from the closet in a Texas July, 'cause I know any minute you'll be pulling in the dry, and I'll be taking shelter, trying to shield my heart from the bitter storm you bring that's tearing us apart. I stood in a raging blizzard Gatlinburg, Tennessee, braved old man winter on a Cheyenne Christmas Eve, and I cursed the windy city when it chilled me to the bone. But I never knew Texas could be this cold. You could melt my heart in an instant with the touch of your hand, but the chill of your cold shoulder helps me understand. We've drifted so far now, the love we had is lost. The icy bridge between us is just too hard to cross. I stood in a raging blizzard Gatlinburg, Tennessee, braved old man winter on a Cheyenne Christmas Eve, and I cursed the windy city when it chilled me to the bone. But I never knew Texas could be this cold. I could turn back time, I'd take you to a warmer day before we turned our summer skies to winter gray. I stood in a raging blizzard in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Braved old man winter on a Cheyenne Christmas Eve. And I cursed the Windy City when it chilled me to the bone. But I never knew Texas could be this cold. I never knew Texas could be this cold. Grab an old winter coat from the closet in a Texas July.
That is a great tune from a great artist. He is from the state of Texas. Gilmer, Texas is where he resides. Darren Morris with the Darren Morris Band and Never Knew Texas. This next artist was a former American Idol contestant. You can check out the video to this one on ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.net. His name is Tyler Booth. This is called Long Comes a Girl on Today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio and KUHSDenver.com, playing new country's best.
You see the bopper dropping while you're popping the top on a cold beer, and you bust through the mud in your old truck in low gear. It's shotguns, bird dogs, buddies, and 12-ounce curls. Along comes a girl. You're spitting and swearing in the jeans you've been wearing for 2 weeks. Paycheck weekend, hardcore drinking and no sleep. Playing by the rules you made in a country boy's world. Along comes a girl. You're losing track of time on a front porch swing, writing love songs in your 6-string. And she ain't lighting up your phone, you just let it rain. She got you falling like a star from the bluegrass sky, tripping on a kiss on a Friday night, hiding in the clouds with her on a midnight high. Along comes a girl. Never thought you'd be breaking an iron out on a new shirt, or singing along to I Saw the Light in an old church, let alone taking out a 20-year loan for a piece of your own dirt. And along comes a girl, and you're losing track of time on a front porch swing, writing love songs on your 6-string. If she ain't lighting up your phone, you just let it rain. She got you falling like a star from the bluegrass sky, tripping on a kiss on a Friday night, hiding in the clouds with her on a midnight high. Along comes a girl. She got you falling like a star from the bluegrass sky, tripping on a kiss on a Friday night, hiding in the clouds with her on a midnight high. Along comes a girl. Along comes a girl.
Nobody knows new country
like we know new country.
Indie Country Radio, new country's best.
I got that ripped jean attitude, probably ain't too good for you. Your mama said to stay away from me, but baby, love is blind. Stop trying to read my mind. I know you think you're in control, but soon you'll walk the line. Kiss me in the dark and tell me things you never told to no one else.
no cheater, I'm no liar, but you should know I got that ripped jean attitude, probably ain't too good for you. Your mama said to stay away from me, but baby, love is blind. Stop trying to read my mind. I know you think you're in control, but soon you'll fall in line. I'm a troublemaker, wreaking havoc like a hurricane. I'm a troublemaker, raising hell, that's my middle name. As cute as you are, I'll finesse your heart, and I'll leave no mess when I tear it apart. You act like you don't care, but I'm fully aware of what I gotta do to make you stop and stare. Moonshine dancing, sweet romancing, take you all the places that you shouldn't go. I promise I'm no cheater, I'm no liar, but you should know I got that ripped jean attitude, probably ain't too good for you. Your mama said to stay away from me, but baby, love is blind. Stop trying to read my mind. I know you think you're in control, but soon you'll fall in line. I'm a troublemaker, wreaking havoc like a hurricane. I'm a troublemaker, raising hell, that's my middle name. Moonshine dancing, sweet romancing, I'll take you all the places that you shouldn't go. I promise I'm no cheater, I'm no liar, but you should know I got that ripped jean attitude, probably ain't too good for you. Your mama said to stay away from me, but baby, love is blind. Stop trying to read my mind. I know you think you're in control, but soon you'll fall in line. Troublemaker, wreaking havoc like a hurricane. I'm a troublemaker, raising hell, that's my middle name. I'm a troublemaker, troublemaker. I'm a troublemaker.
That is the latest single from Peyton Howie. It is called Troublemaker here on KICR Indie Country Radio and KUHSdenver.com. That can be said of yours truly, and maybe the lady that I'm getting ready to interview. Are you a troublemaker, Lynn Taylor Donovan?
I would love to be a troublemaker, but in these times, it's a really hard thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I kind of cause it. I don't know. It just happens for me. Hey, it's great to have you on the show, and I believe you're calling from Vancouver, British Columbia. Is that right?
Close enough. I'm just outside of Vancouver, but I was born and raised in Vancouver, but I'm living in what's called the Okanagan Valley. It's kind of a deserty, wine country, Napa Valley area.
Well, thank you for being on the program tonight. We sure appreciate it. I've been looking forward to tonight for a while, getting to talk to two females, great females of country music. I just interviewed Dusty Lee, had a great time with her, and now get to talk to you, and we're excited.
Thank you, so am I.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of Vancouver, British Columbia, I don't know if you know the group, but you may, and that's half of their name. They're called Me and May from Vancouver. My buddy Sean Meehan in the group, and their manager, Clyde Hill. He's the former manager of Nickelback, and he likes to harass me on Facebook all the time, and we have a good time going back and forth. But there's some great country music that comes out of that area.
Yeah, I think so too. You know, like I've had a long-standing career in that area of Canada, and there's been a lot of really good country artists coming out of there.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, how did you get started in country music?
Well, you know, I became sort of professional when I was about 14 years old, and you know, I wanted to sing all kinds of different styles of music. I was really into the 1970s singer-songwriters, But I always loved all kinds of music, but my voice really did stand out in more of a country style voice, because I think it's because I'm a pretty emotional type of person, and I think that comes through as a lot of country female artists or male artists. It's a very emotional style of music, and so I just sort of went that way, and it just sort of developed over time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we love the females in the world of country music, and we love to play them on this radio station. I see so much talk and discussion about not enough women in country music getting played on mainstream radio. You sure can't say that about this radio station. In fact, tonight's it's Women's Night, man, getting to interview two female artists making great country music. So, I love to pay homage to the women of country music, and especially the indie artists like we were talking about before we got on the air.
Yeah, certainly, and I think women, have lots of stories to tell, and country music is about storytelling. And women have a different perspective in life, and I hope that I can sort of transmit that through my music.
Yeah, I love the two songs that you've sent, absolutely. And we're going to play both of those tonight on the interview, and let the fans get to experience your brand of music and your style and everything, and the stories behind the songs. That's why we love doing these interviews. But let me ask you now, do you write a lot of your own material? Do you co-write with somebody? How does that kind of work? Because most of our artists write their stuff, but that's not always the case.
No, I do. I am a songwriter, and I've been writing songs since I was really, really young. But when it comes to laying down tracks, like, I want to make sure that whatever I put out, is quality, and it's the best of the best, and not just, sometimes, an artist, a writer will come along and they'll bring a song to me, and I'm like this song just needs to be heard. So I try to put my ego out of the way. I do a lot of collaborative stuff that I started doing later on in my career, which I didn't ever think I'd be able to do, because I either wrote my song completely or I had somebody else. But to collaborate was actually one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had, and came out with some really, really great songs that are on my last album, Talk to Me, which I co-wrote with some writers in Toronto, Canada. And so it was a great experience. So now I love collaborating. So it just depends on the strength of the song. If I've got a song that I feel is stronger that I wrote, of course I'd rather do it that way. But the most important thing to me is that I put out good quality of music, and if it means bringing another writer in, then that's what I do.
Absolutely. Well, I have to agree with you on the quality, because I was telling Dusty, the artist that I interviewed before you tonight, that literally when I'm listening to music, I would say probably 8 out of 10 songs that I get sent to me don't make the cut to get on this radio station, because we try to pick the best. Our Twitter account is actually called New Country's Best. That's what our tagline is on the radio station. We try to pick the cream of the crop, that artists that we really think have a legitimate shot at making it, getting that record deal that they're seeking, and definitely getting the radio airplay, something that sounds good on the radio that I think folks would like to hear. And both the songs that you sent us made the cut, so we've got some good stuff we're going to play tonight.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me.
Absolutely. Now, tell us a little bit about the country music scene up there, because I'll tell you just straight out, the two biggest places I get my music from are Texas, the state of Texas down here in the USA, and Canada. Canada is number 2 for sending us music, and I love their country music up there.
Well, that's really great to hear. And, I think about artists like Keith Urban, that comes out of like Australia and things like that. And people are like, oh my God, country music coming out of Australia. Yeah. But, it's not a geographical thing. Country music comes from the heart. It comes from life experience. It's a sound. It's a sound that is unlike any other. And it's something that people just really relate to, because it is simple and it's emotive and it's from the heart. And this day and age, with all the, electronics and everything that's, the way that people are recording today, the emotion is just, vacant from so many styles of music. So I think it's not really a geographical thing. I think it's just more, artists like myself that just want to go out and express their emotion and express their stories.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so unique.
Now, did you grow up listening to country music, or was it something that your parents listened to? Did you get it off your dad and mom, that love for country music, and maybe some of the artists you could tell us who they listened to, if that's true?
Well, my mother was an inspiration to me. She loved music, and she had a cross-section in music, a vinyl in her little library that went from Sam Cooke to George Jones to Marty Robbins to Patsy Cline, and then to the Supremes. And so I had a really, really broad experience with music, which I think has really developed me as an artist, because I still pull from all those other genres. Like, I really do. There's people like, anywhere from Led Zeppelin to that I hear something in it that just resonates with me. But like I said earlier, I just naturally developed into loving country music.
Okay.
Because it just, and it's something you can't really quantify. It just is something that comes from your heart and your soul, and it just morphs into that.
Yeah, that was something that I had to develop in myself to do this on the side of radio, because when I started doing radio, and my interest was in the 80s, the music like REO Speedwagon, Journey, Chicago, Whitney Houston, all of that kind of stuff. And I used to play that on the radio in my first radio gigs and in broadcasting school. But then I met this gal from Oklahoma down here in the United States, and it's right close to Texas, and everybody listening to country music. And when we got married, I mean, that's 20 years later, I started getting a love for country radio because you could understand the words. They tell great stories. And these guys like Garth Brooks and Toby Keith and Vince Gill, all from Oklahoma, were coming up in the 90s and making this kind of music. And I thought, man, I'm going to start playing this stuff. So.
Oh, yeah. I'm totally on exactly the same wavelength. You're describing exactly how I feel. And I've been fortunate enough to, see those people up and coming, and with Vince Gill, and I've been in Nashville a few times and got pretty close to some of these artists, and oh my God, you cannot, but you have to be affected by them.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so organic and so emotional, and just stuff that we're missing for so long.
Yeah. Well, and we were talking about on the last interview, Dusty Lee's got a song that I believe is an absolute hit. I think you got a couple of them too that we're going to play tonight. When you get to put your heart and your emotions into a song, it just comes out and it pours out of you. It's probably kind of harder to do it on a song that you're doing as a cover song in one of your shows, or if you're getting on a talent competition show like The Voice or American Idol and some of these ones that we see on TV here in the United States. It's a little bit harder, and that's what the judges are really looking for, is how you can put your heart and your soul into that song. And I bet it's just easier to do it in something that you've experienced in your life and a song that you've wrote and performed live, huh?
I think so, but also because I grew up doing cover music for so many years, and I worked full-time for so many years gigging, and, having to, if I wanted to work, I had to do a cross-section in music. So one of the things that I was sort of known for was taking a song, a cover tune, and making it totally my own.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'd get flack for that. They go, that doesn't sound like, so-and-so or so-and-so, but it was my version. And so in order for me to develop as an artist, I had to do that. I had to take somebody else's song and make it my own. And I think that's really benefited me because it's helped create my style. No matter what I sing it my way. And that's just the way it is. So when I'm performing a cover song, I translate that to myself in a way that I can express it based on my feelings.
Yeah.
And so every song I sing is really me. And I don't even know that necessarily I sing a song that I wrote better than a song that somebody else wrote. It just depends on how it inspires me.
That's awesome. I love it. You know, we've got a lot of indie artists that try to do that, you know, and cover different songs. And I don't play a lot of those. I like their original stuff the best, but I do have some that, you know, have tried to cover Keith Whitley, for example, Don't Close Your Eyes, that song that he made.
Oh, my God.
And,
yeah, I just get shivers thinking about that one.
Yeah, and they just... I mean, if anybody, you know, I've got Tony Corrales from the Tony Corrales Band's probably the best version that I've heard. Guy out of Arizona covered Keith Whitley's "Don't Close Your Eyes," and I mean, he just does Keith justice, you know. And you hear a lot of that, and I get a lot of those. But you know, there's just
that's a real tough one, you know.
Yeah.
Like one of my mantras, or one of the things that I've learned is never sing a song that you can't do better than the original person, because that's a big mistake.
Yeah.
But so you have to choose covers very, very carefully.
Yep, absolutely. Now, let's talk about that a little bit. You know, we've talked about some of the cover songs out there and maybe what you perform in a show, but who would be a couple of female artists that have really inspired you in the world of country music and that made you really want to do this?
Yeah, you know, oh my gosh, that's a question that everybody asks, you know, and it's really hard because my influences are all so intermeshed. Like, it's not just one individual person, but certainly, and I mean, I'm sure 99% of the country artists out there will say that they were influenced by Patsy Cline.
Yeah.
And honestly, she just gives me shivers. And, you know, it's the pure emotion, you know, that came from her, that just was huge for me, you know. And there are a lot of females, but honestly, there's a lot of male artists out there too.
Yeah.
So.
See, that's awesome. That's why I like to ask that question. But you know, I hear that a lot about Patsy Cline, and especially in the young artists that we play. There's some artists that I've interviewed that have said that she influenced them, and she's been gone longer than they've been alive, you know. And
oh, absolutely.
That's what amazes me is that test of time that she has had in the world of country music. I mean, her music will literally live on forever.
Oh, absolutely, it will.
And a one-word title like "Crazy," to make such a hit song out of that, you know, that's just, I don't know that's, you know, accomplished that much anymore.
I totally agree with you. You're absolutely right. But I mean, I even loved artists like Brenda Lee. Like, I'll never forget the first time I heard "I'm Sorry." You know, it just was like, oh my God, I want to sing like that.
Yeah. Well, I try it in the shower sometimes, but I'm not going to do it on the radio. That's for sure. I'm going to leave that up to the professionals like yourself. But, you know, and like I said, I get sent a lot of music, and when I heard your music, and the first one that I heard is called The Strong One, we're going to play it in a little bit. I absolutely love it, so congratulations on this one. It's a great song.
Thank you.
Did you write it?
I co-wrote it, actually. Yes. And it is, it's just one of those songs that, you know, we all go through life and we're trying to do the best job we can, and sometimes, you know, we're in a relationship with somebody that's having a tough time, and we just need to be there for them. And that's what the song's about. It's just like, you don't always have to be strong. You can lean on me, you know.
Absolutely. Well, and I'll tell you, with all that's going on in the world today, you know, we need some strong people to lean on, but you know, that there's just a lot of things going on with this coronavirus and this and that. And we'll talk about that just a little bit, but I'm sure you found it, you know, has been really hard to perform live shows like I'm sure you guys are just dying to get back to if you still aren't doing it up there.
Yeah, there's very little going on, if anything. You know, it's really sad. I know there are some musicians that are out there playing, but you know, I'm one of those people that are really taking this incredibly seriously. I've got family members that are in my home that are high risk. I've got a son that's high risk. I am not going to, you know, make any sacrifices like that and go out. You know, but, you know, the world's adapting to music, and thank God for radio like you guys.
Yeah.
Because it's keeping us alive. And really right now we're depending on you to keep us out there. And all we can do is hope and pray that things will get better and that we can start, because there's nothing like live performances. And The audiences love it, and certainly us artists, I feed off. I just feed off an audience, and I love to do that. So it's really sad. It's kind of like I'm grieving that a little bit, but you have to have hope and faith, right? That things are going to improve.
Well, and, I look at artists as that this is your living, this is what you want to do. And I've said this before, if you have a 10-year run and have a great career in country music and walk away from it, and entertain a lot of folks, that's success to me. Charlie Daniels, who we just lost not too long ago, he said that one of probably his greatest accomplishment, he said, was employing 40 people for 40 years making country music, and he just loved to do that.
There you go. Yeah. No, I feel blessed. I'm one of the few, things have changed so much in the last, couple of decades with music. If we can sustain a career for more than 10 or 15 years in this business today, you're doing really well. So I feel totally blessed that I've been recording and releasing music for a long time.
Yeah. Well, I don't ever ask a woman's age, so we
no, you can't do that.
Yeah, that's the one thing we got in common. We've been doing this radio thing a long time. You've been on it, and I've been on it, and we absolutely still love doing it, and I do miss it. I've stepped away a few times, and the artists have taken breaks too. I interviewed an artist here a while back. He took off 25 years, and wants to get back into doing it again, So, sometimes life takes over, doesn't it? And that's where you really have to be a strong one, is to want to get back in there and do that music thing again, maybe.
I totally agree, and I've sort of been through that in my life too, where I've had to take some pauses, and it's been painful, and it's something you kind of push aside, but it's just part of who you are, and it's a really hard thing to deny. It's unlike anything else. It just consumes you. It's part of your personality, and it's a tough one if you've got to step back for a while.
Yep, and I love that about radio, and all the things, even with this internet thing going on. I mean, they send you an MP3, you can upload it. It's so easy to get music now and to get it out there to the folks and to do this worldwide radio thing. That just intrigues me still to this day, the behind the scenes of putting this all together and doing the production and the radio liners and making commercials and that kind of thing. We don't play a whole lot of commercials, but we do have a few sponsors, and I appreciate every one of them, and it's just fun to do all the behind the scenes stuff and then to get ready for these interviews and get to talk to artists like you. I mean, it just makes my day and my week.
Well, you sound like you have a pretty exciting life. I'd love to be on some of those ends that you're on, because that's pretty interesting stuff.
Well, I work a full-time gig. This isn't the paying one, so this is the fun one. This is the fun one, and this is the one that I look forward to. And I started out when I came back doing a Friday evening show, but then I got so many interviews booked, and we were kind of talking about that off the air, that I decided I better start doing maybe a Thursday night show, too, and doing twice a week, just so you guys don't have to wait so long to get on here. And
that's awesome.
It's working out really well. So 2 interviews in one night. I love that. Well, hey, let's play this song called "The Strong One," and then we'll come back and talk to you a little bit more. There's a couple more questions I want to ask you, if that's all right.
That's fantastic. Thanks, Tim.
Lynn Taylor Donovan on KICR Indie Country Radio and KUHSdenver.com. This is called "The Strong One."
I know you will, and I believe you've got the strength to do most anything, and every time I'm in your arms, I know I'm somewhere that's safe from harm, but you don't have to be the strong me. You don't always have to be the strong one. You hide your pain so well from view, but that's one thing that you don't have to do. You cry inside where no one sees. I'll dry those tears if you just let me. You don't have to be the strong one all the time. Let me be the one you lean on. Ease your mind. It's not you against the world. All alone, I'm here by your side. You don't have to be the strong one every day. Let me do my part. Don't carry all the weight. Just remember you got me. You don't always have to be the strong one. Just remember you got me. You don't always have to be the strong
We're live with Lynn Taylor Donovan. That is called The Strong One, and that is a strong song. I told her we'd be back on the radio as soon as she puts that note down that she's holding so long. That is good stuff. Absolutely. Yeah, great vocals on that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And that there is what you call natural talent. Only God can give that to folks, and he sure blessed you with it.
Oh, well, I'm a big believer of that guy, so I'm thankful.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're thankful we were able to talk to you tonight. Now, I ask this of a lot of artists, but I don't usually tell them before I'm going to ask the question, but let me ask you, and you've probably done several shows up there in Canada before all this COVID stuff hit, and I know you're dying to get back to it, but let me ask you what your dream gig is. If there's an artist either maybe living or past that you could either open for or perform a duet with, what would be some names? Male, female, whoever. You could bring them back from the dead if you want to.
Well, oh gosh, there's so many, if there really are. I got to tell you that Keith Urban, I'm a huge, 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 huge fan of his. I think he's, one of the most amazing guitar players, the most amazing songwriters, the most incredible singers, the most incredible man. So that would be absolutely huge.
Uh-huh.
There's more, I'm really loving Chris Stapleton stuff right now. In fact, I'm thinking about doing a cover of one of his songs, and
Okay.
there's just so many of them. But I would say on the top of my list would be Keith Urban.
Nice. Yeah, I tell you, I who would have ever thought he would make it in the world of country music? But he sure has had a great career, and I look forward to his releases. Because he definitely doesn't sound like anybody you've ever heard, and we get a lot of music from Australia too, believe it or not.
Well, like I said earlier, country music is, at one time it was like if you weren't from the southern United States, you weren't a country singer. Yeah. And I remember when Dwight Yoakam came out and everybody gave him such flack, and then you had even Shania Twain from Canada, everybody's like, well, she's not, she's not a country singer, and I think that, it's not about where you're from. Really, it's not. No. Country music is a culture, and it's just something that doesn't. You can be from anywhere. I mean, there's people from all kinds of countries in the world that are singing great country music.
Oh yeah, we get it from the UK. We've got this one I played earlier before you got on here, Daniel Wesley. He's from South Africa. I would have never thought. I would have never thought country music big down in South Africa, but he is phenomenal. And our biggest fan, Lula Bradbury from Indianapolis, listened to it, and she's been sharing his videos and his music and requesting him. And so, they got some hit music from South Africa. It's just crazy. Now, we were talking about off the air. I asked you if you had ever been to this part of the country, and I'm from Branson, Missouri, or Nashville. You said you'd been to Nashville a few times, and we were talking about that. But like you said, you don't have to be from that place to record this great music. So let's give a shout out to your recording studio and where you mastered and recorded your music.
Oh my gosh, that's a tough one for me to remember. I've done so many records, and we've recorded all over Canada, and it's mainly Canada that we've done our recordings.
Okay.
Toronto, Vancouver mainly, Edmonton, Calgary, where there's strong country music communities.
Yeah.
And we've always, pretty much stuck to, country music recording artists, like musicians. But yeah, there's so many here, and it's just, it's great recording in your own country. And I haven't recorded in Nashville, but I've done a lot of publicity tours and things like that there. And I'd love to record there, but we pretty much stick to home.
Yeah, and that's what I love, because, a lot of times we do things that Nashville does or doesn't do, as far as putting music out there and the style of music. I see a lot of award shows like the CMA Awards even, and people saying that this, country music needs to make a comeback. They like that more traditional style. I think you kind of have that style, and that's what the fans love to hear, and we sure do miss it sometimes in the world of country music.
Yeah, I really try to stay away from, sort of like assembly line country music. I don't really even listen to it that much, because I don't want it to influence myself. Because I think a lot of times in any genre of music, that if you pay too much attention to what other artists are doing and wanting to create the same thing they are to get the success they're receiving, that it can sometimes sway your artistic kind of expression. So I really try to keep away from a lot of it and just do what I feel inside is me, you know, and it's hard to do sometimes.
Well, you've got that down pat. You are good, and we absolutely love playing your music. Tell us where folks can find you on social media if they want to go out and purchase some of your music. I'm looking at your website right now, but let's let you tell it.
Well, I'm kind of the artist, and I've got a partner in crime that handles all of that kind of stuff, Mr. Bridgewater, who is my partner in Pacific Records, and he does all the social media stuff. But I know that, we're CD Baby, iTunes, Facebook, and then the website. You can, go onto my website and listen to the, pretty much anything I've done and download and all of that. But I'm kind of the artist. I'm not the business person, and I like it that way.
Well, thank Mr. Bridgewater for setting up this interview. We've emailed probably back and forth no less than 10 times, so we got together finally, didn't we?
Yeah, he's a good guy. He knows what he's doing, and thank God for that, because I do not have a business head at all.
Well, that's all right. We appreciate, and we appreciate you guys taking the time out to do this, and we wish you much success in the business. Now, Lynn, your first name has 2 N's and an E on the end of it, so I want to make that clear. When they go to search you, it's Lynn, Lynne, Lynn Taylor Donovan. So look her up and go out there and purchase her music and make her world a little bit better. And we sure thank you for the interview tonight.
Well, thank you, Tim. You're amazing as always, and what you're doing is amazing, and we need lots more people like you around to bring out, independent artists, and we really appreciate it.
Well,
thank you so much.
We thank you, and we'll absolutely keep doing this. I don't plan on retiring again. Let's keep this going for a while.
Don't you dare. If I'm not retiring, neither are you.
That's right. Now, I want to go out with this new song that you sent called Sugar Lake. Tell us a little bit about this one. And I was telling you off the air, I do love to fish.
Yeah. Well, actually, Sugar Lake was written by a young man by the name of Tommy Romanis, who is on our label. and he is a young, inspiring, new kind of country rock artist, and we're helping promote his work. And he had this song, and when he was, sort of giving me his library and of stuff that he wanted to record, and I just loved it. I can't say that it was anything in particular. I just thought it was a really cool kind of like American Graffiti type of song where two people are in love and they go out to this lake, and it's just a fun kind of summer song. So it doesn't have any real, intellectual depth to it or anything, but just a fun song, and I love the groove. And it was a little outside my comfort zone. It was a little rockier than normal, but I just love it.
Well,
so I recorded it.
I'm gonna play it, absolutely. I love the fun time summer songs, especially when it's summer right now. And been in the '90s here in Branson, so it definitely feels like summer when you step outside, and we need that good summertime feeling songs.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you for playing it.
You are welcome. She is Lynn Taylor Donovan. Go check her out on her website. And anytime you come out with something new that you want to promote, be sure to hit us up again. And feel free to tell Gordy to hit me up anytime. We'd love to have you back.
Thank you so much, Tim. And we'll be doing that real soon. Thank you.
Absolutely. This is called Sugar Lake on today's
fast car, slow kiss, and a body that you just can't resist. And we find most every night we got a place we go that makes it all alright. Well, take me on a ride, bring me down slow. If you're gonna leave me, baby, tell me where you go. If it's getting crazy, too much to take, maybe then I'll meet you down at Sugar Lake. He's got blue eyes like the skies in his arms. You know I hold on tight. Give me some sugar, just a kiss. Anywhere you wanna go, Sugar Lake it is. Take me on a ride, bring me down slow. If you're gonna leave me, baby, tell me where you go. If it's getting crazy, yeah, too much to take, maybe then I'll meet you down at Sugar Lake. It's too much to take, I'll meet you at Sugar Lake. Shoo, shoo, 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 Sugar Lake. Na 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 na, yeah. Na 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 na, Sugar Lake. Na 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 na, yeah. Na 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 na, Sugar Lake. Take me on a ride, bring me down slow. If you're gonna leave me, baby, tell me where you go. If it's getting crazy, yeah, too much to take, baby, then I'll meet you down at Sugar Lake. Na 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 na, yeah. Na 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 na, Sugar Lake. Na 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 na, yeah. Na 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 na, na na na.
This hour of Today's Country with Tim Kelly is sponsored by Stockyard Whiskey. Built on a dream, aged for 25 years, and not for the faint of heart. Stockyard embodies the select few who believe in hard work and relish in the opportunity to take a step back to enjoy the fruits of their labor. Don't take our word. Grab a bottle now and savor high-level whiskey at its finest. Go to stockyardwhiskey.com.
Another hour of the best in New Country starts now. On Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
The brakes when I'm at high speed, the kind of steady hand that I need, the only one that got me then and now. You keep on giving me second chances, even when I don't deserve them. Yeah, you keep me in line and my feet on the ground. No more talking about my old life, I'm just thinking about the new. 'Cause all I wanna do with my time is spend it all on you. Yeah, I burn my past, ain't looking back, 'cause everything I'm holding I don't ever wanna miss. I need the rest of my days to feel like this. Tell me what I missed while you were waiting, and every single dream that you're chasing, and I'd help you make them the best way that I can. Oh, I wanna be your strong and steady, a crying shoulder that's always ready. Yeah, all you need, I wanna be that kind of man. Whoa, no more talking about my old life, I'm just thinking about the new. 'Cause all I wanna do with my time is spend it all on you. Yeah, I burn my past, ain't looking back, 'cause everything I'm holding I don't ever wanna miss. I need the rest of my days to feel like I've never felt before. And if God gives me a million more to give you all my love, it still wouldn't be I'm just thinking about the new. 'Cause all I wanna do with my time is spend it all on you. Yeah, I burn my past, ain't looking back, 'cause everything I'm holding I don't ever wanna miss. I need the rest of my days to feel like this. Yeah.
His name is Tyler Wood. He's on the show Moonshiners on the Discovery Channel. You can catch new episodes Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Central Time. And this hour, of course, sponsored by Stockyard Whiskey. That's close to moonshine, isn't it? StockyardWhiskey.com is the website to go to. Absolutely love that. And we love the interview we just had with Lynn Taylor Donovan. Big thank you to her for hanging out with us live tonight on the program as well. Well, welcome to the third and final hour of Today's Country with yours truly, Tim Kelly, hosting the show. We've got another 60 minutes of the best in new country coming right at you. How about this fun drinking song? Brand new from Tara Thompson. Video to it on ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.net. It's called My Dogs Are Home on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio, and KUHSDenver.com.
In a tollway zone, when things get hard, I just wanna get stoned with nobody around to watch me drown. If I'm gonna fall apart, I don't need a crowd. So the shape I'm in. Been here before. Lord knows I'll be here again, pouring them tall, where there's no last call. Just me and my four-legged friends all having a ball. So mind your own business, I gotta witness everything here is just fine. Don't be worried that I'm in a hurry to finish this bottle of wine. Yeah, I know you're gonna probably call Mama. If you do, let her know I ain't drinking alone, my dogs are home. Yeah, I might be off the wagon, but as long as the tails are wagging, I'm alright. Yeah, I'm alright. So mind your own business, I gotta witness everything here's just fine. Don't be worried that I'm in a hurry to finish this bottle of wine. Yeah, I know you're gonna probably call Mama. If you do, let her know I ain't drinking alone, my dogs are home. No, I ain't drinking alone, my dogs are home.
Hey everyone, this is Brittany McLam, and you can hear my brand new single Wanted on KICR Indie Country Radio and KUHSdenver.com. Now available on all your favorite download and streaming services.
Phone lights up and I find it kind of funny that 2 a.m.'s the only time that you call me up. Nothing new, oh I should've saw it coming. Don't have to pick up to know exactly what you're wanting, yeah. Boy, don't you know it's a little too late. Must be lonely sleeping with the choices you made. 'Cause I wanted to be yours and you to be mine, to be everything and more, all you were looking for.
McLam, and like she said in the liner, you can get Wanted, her latest single, on all streaming services. You can listen to Wanted on our new streaming service, Zeno FM. That is Zeno. We are streaming it 24/7. Go to zenofm.com or download the Zeno app wherever you get your mobile applications, and just search KICR Indie Country Radio, and you can listen to us 24/7. But I sure appreciate you listening to the live shows. Now, next Friday night, a week from tomorrow night, on the 21st, I will be live with Brittany McLam. We'll hit the airwaves at 7 p.m. Central Time, and she will be calling in at around 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We'll talk about Wanted and a whole lot more. That will be a fantastic interview. Join me tomorrow night with Matt Weston. Absolutely going to love that one. He's got some great country music you're going to love hearing, and he is one of our artists that we play from MTS Management, my good buddy Mr. Michael Stover over there. So we appreciate them setting that one up for tomorrow night. We look forward to that as well. Miss Tiana Woods is up next. She's a great female Canadian country music artist. This is called Bring Your Own Sunshine from Tiana Woods on Today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio, also syndicated on KUHSdenver.com, playing new country's best.
Sometimes you walk 1,000 miles in the rain. You swear it ain't gonna let up. You feel every single drop of the pain, so close to giving in and giving up. Every day we got a choice, a decision to make. Don't you wanna see the world in a brighter way? Make your own dreams, make your own luck, make your own peace with the man above. Give a little more, take a little less. For the very first time, don't ever second guess. Life is full of dark and stormy skies, and to bring your own sunshine. Don't it make you feel good, make you feel safe to hang your hat on a whole lot of hope? All that it takes is a little bit of faith right there at the end of your road. You can't always depend on somebody else. Sometimes you gotta do it yourself. Make your own dreams, make your own luck, make your own peace with the man above. Give a little more, take a little less. For the very first time, don't ever second guess. Life is full of dark and stormy skies, so bring your own sunshine. Be the one, be the light. Yeah, start today for the rest of your Make your own dreams, make your own luck, make your own peace with the man above. Give a little more, take a little less. For the very first time, don't ever second guess. Life is full of dark and stormy skies. Life is full of dark and stormy skies. Gotta bring your own sunshine. Bring your own sunshine. Yeah, bring your own sunshine. Bring your own sunshine.
Hey everybody, this is Adam Grant, and you're listening to Today's Country with my good buddy Tim Kelly on KICR Indie Country and KUHSdenver.com.
Hey, I'm country.
I've been drinking more than I should. And I've been hurting like I never thought I could. And I've seen lonely. Hey, here I am, still hanging on. The best I can. Drinking myself blind. That ain't nothing new. 'Cause in my mind, I'm still loving you. Even though you're gone. Even though you're gone, I keep your pictures beside my bed. With all your memories inside my head. Drinking myself blind. That ain't nothing new. 'Cause in my mind, I'm still loving you. Even though you're gone. Even though you're gone. Nothing lasts forever. I keep holding on, even though you're gone. Drinking myself blind. That ain't nothing new. 'Cause in my mind, I'm still loving you. Even though you're gone. Even though you're gone. Even though you're gone.
He is my good buddy, Mr. Adam Grant. He is from the state of Georgia, and we are loving that song. It is called Even Though You're Gone, one of the more unique songs that you just don't hear on country radio, and that's why we love it. He is Adam Grant. Go check him out. Mr. Tony McKee is up next with a great tune called Anymore on today's country from KICR Indie Country Radio and KUHSdenver.com, playing for about 30 minutes more the best in new country music.
I don't know where things went wrong. All I know is this day's been too long. A smoky room and bloodshot eyes. Another hour I'll see the sunrise. And every word that was said runs in my mind again and again. You say, whatever happened to the love we had? It's all gone bad, and baby, it's so sad. I can't do this anymore. I say, whatever happened to the one I knew? I sure miss you, but now I guess we're through. I can't do this anymore. You think that I should just let it be? I can't move and it's hard to breathe. It's so cold here on the floor. I see the sun but I can't feel its warmth. And every word that was said runs in my mind again and again. You say, whatever happened to the love we had? It's all gone bad, and baby, it's so sad. I can't do this anymore. I say, whatever happened to the one I knew? I sure miss you, but now I guess we're through. I can't do this anymore. Then I ask, why does everything have to be so hard? And you say, I don't know, it's just the way they are. You say, whatever happened to the love we had? It's all gone bad, and baby, it's so sad. I can't do this anymore. I say, whatever happened to the one I knew? I sure miss you, but now I guess we're through. I can't do this anymore. No anymore. Anymore. I don't know where things went wrong. All I know is this day's been too long.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's country.
I love absolutely every single song they play.
This station is dangerously good.
This is Today's Country.
I like the music. I like the DJs.
There's even more to like.
I like everything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to Indie Country Radio and KUHSdenver.com.
Now this is my kind of country.
New country.
New country.
New country.
And I'm thinking about where you are. Thinking never got me far. With a whiskey glass half empty, and I play it all through my mind, singing just to make you smile. So you'll miss me and maybe kiss me. And I don't wanna change or stay
till I see you and maybe dream you. And I don't want to change or stay the same. I want to let you go, I want to make you stay. I want to sing along and I want to hold my tongue what I'm trying to say. 'Cause baby, I'm not alright, but I'm okay. Where'd you go? I wanna find you, wanna hold you, wanna know. Where did you go? Where'd you go? I wanna find you, wanna hold you, wanna know. Oh, where did you go? And I don't wanna change or stay the same. I wanna let you go, I wanna make you stay. I wanna sing along and I wanna hold my tongue what I'm trying to say. 'Cause baby, I'm not alright, but I'm okay. Yeah, baby, I'm not alright, but I'm okay.
You can check out the video to I'm Not Alright from Shotgun Rider on ICTV. You can find that at IndieCountryTelevision.net. It is a great video. That is a great song. Congratulations to them. Shotgun Rider, a great duo from the state of Texas. This next artist started her own independent record label in 2014 called Dreambound Records. She's been battling cancer. We hope she's doing great, and we absolutely want to see her get back on the Me Tour. The title track from her independent album is called Me. She is the one, the only, Miss Jody Messina. This is called Love on a Maybe from Today's Country and KICR Indie Country Radio and KUHSDenver.com, playing New Country's best.
You say, don't be mad at you, but what am I supposed to do? I can't keep wasting space in my heart. You get close and then you push away. Your car is back in my driveway. You know what to say. I hope you stay. Can't come back around, getting my hopes up.
some duct tape to that chair over there. Is this gonna get us in some trouble?
I'll go get some ice. Tons of music, and nothing but music. Butt music. I love the butt music, baby.
Someone's gonna lose their job over this, and it ain't gonna be me.
We're rolling through non-stop new country.
Broadcasting worldwide from his basement.
To the basement! 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 Up to the basement! To the basement! To the basement!
We've been cleared for takeoff.
You're listening to Tim Kelly
on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
The trouble with leaving if somebody stays, and the problem with goodbye is it only goes one way. And I'd ride a buck wild Mustang, burn back with no reins. I'd take a barefoot walk across Arkansas. I'd spend a month in the desert just to be together for one night in Tulsa. For one night in Tulsa. Well, the thing about lonely is there's too much time to think. Like me lying here knowing if it was all up to me, I'd ride a buck wild Mustang, burn back with no reins. I'd take a barefoot walk across Arkansas. I'd spend a month in the desert just to be one night in Tulsa. For one night in Tulsa. Well, I'm running on empty like never before, and I miss Oklahoma, but I miss you more. And I'd ride a buck wild Mustang, bareback with no reins. I'd take a barefoot walk across Arkansas. I'd spend a month in the desert just to be together for one night in Tulsa. For one night in Tulsa. Just one night in Tulsa. Just one night in Tulsa.
Oh, I gotta hook her up with a great radio interview. She is Kylie Frey, F-R-E-Y, and that is a great tune, and I love her voice, called One Night in Tulsa. Well, I had a great radio interview with this next country music duo. You can check out the video to Take Me Back to Church from Corey and Kelly on ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.net. You can check out the song right now on KICR Indie Country Radio and KUHSDenver.com.
She came home from work after a long, hard day, set her keys on the counter, began to pray. Oh God, I need you more than ever. My hope is lost, can't be found. Threw her hands in the air, knees hit the ground, and she cried, Jesus, I surrender. So take my hand
morning we forget to pray. So take my hand and lead me home. Take me back to the place where you saved my soul. Down the old dirt road is a little white church where the memories linger and the people search for amazing grace. That sweet, sweet heavenly sound of that old time religion that's good for me. Little children singing round the sycamore tree as we count our blessings beneath that southern sky. Oh, I need a break from this world sometimes. Oh God, we need your love in this busy life. Take me back to church. Take me back to church.
This is where country music lives.
Let's start the music.
We're the people's favorite. Show the world you love your country. Delivering a much-needed neck punch to the status quo.
What does that even mean?
That means, in addition to the variety you've come to expect, you'll also hear songs like this.
Don't wanna get found, let's get gone, get lost.
And this.
Must be one hell of a highway
And this.
With that poor angel on my shoulder, holding it down, holding it down.
Thank you for listening to Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
I know right now that I'm the last guy that you wanna talk to, but you never would've took my call, girl.
video to that song. It is called Over a Beer. His name is Philip Sanders, and it is an awesome song, an awesome video, and we're going to have an awesome radio interview September the 25th on a Friday night. Join us, won't you? Absolutely. We'll hit the airwaves at 7 p.m. Central Time, and he will call in at about 7:30. September the 25th, Philip Sanders. Mr. Joe Lasher is up next. This is called Messed Up on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio, KUHSdenver.com.
To all my friends, I guess it's easy to see, 'cause they all say it ain't good for me. Lying to myself, trying to get over you. But I'd say I put on a damn good show, acting tough as nails, so you won't know truth from fiction, how hard it's hitting me to let you go. Baby, I messed up, doing my best to get dressed up, walk a straight line to the front door, take a deep breath and a couple more. Baby, I'm hurting, everything I've tried ain't working. Guess I like to hide at the pain brings with your memory, and I can't get enough. Baby, I messed up. What I wanted to say was what you wanted to hear. I couldn't swallow my pride, so I wound up here kicking myself, drowning my tears. Can't see straight, but one thing is clear. Get dressed up, walk a straight line to the front door, take a deep breath and a couple more. Baby, I'm hurting, everything I try ain't working. Guess I like to hide at the pain brings with your memory, and I can't get enough. Baby, I'm messed up.
Check out the video to Messed Up from Joe Lasher on ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.net. There you go. And while you're there, check out our live interview schedule. Now, coming up tomorrow night, I'll be live with Mr. Matt Weston from MTS Management and our good friend Mr. Michael Stover. Thank him for setting that up tomorrow night, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. We will hit the airwaves. And I want to thank Dusty Lee and Lynn Taylor Donovan both for calling in tonight. We had a great time and 2 great interviews. Absolutely loved it. All of these shows are recorded. You can download the iHeartRadio application and search KICR Indie Country Radio and hear these shows over and over again. And we sure do thank you for that. Today's Country with Tim Kelly is produced by Tim Kelly Productions. Check us out on Facebook and give us a like at Tim Kelly Productions, and we will like you right back. You guys have a great week, a great weekend. I'll talk to you tomorrow night. Bye-bye, everybody.
I can put you in a cornfield in downtown Manhattan. Close your eyes and reel that old zip code. I can put you on a riverbank while you're fighting traffic. I'm a song I'll see you on the radio. take him back to high school, gym floor, and a slow dance. First love, first kiss, second base down that old dirt road. When it's freezing cold, I can sink your toes in warm white sand. I'm a song, I'll see you on the radio. Turn me on and turn it up. I can make you smile, make you cry, turn back the pages of your life. So turn me on. Oh, I'll see you on the radio. I'm young, I'm old, I'm country, I'm rock and roll.